That's good, Won-Jin. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, ooh, that's pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Jin, Movies So Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
This is going to be our review of F1 the movie starring Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
Full spoilers for the movie. Here we go. Yo, Won-Jin. Won-Jin, you recommended this to me.
Yeah.
And Won-Jin is kind of a gearhead guy. So you know a lot about cars. I don't.
I'm a big fan of cars.
Yeah.
So any movie that deals with cars, even though it's like really bad, I usually watch it.
Yeah. So I was kind of concerned whether this was going to be a big commercial about a topic that I'm not really interested in. But when I, 1 hour in the movie, I was like, damn, this is Bruckheimer did it again. This is such a movie.
Yeah.
This was
We call
movie.
it like a movie.
Yeah.
And after Joe watched the movie, he sent me a message that this had that 90s movie feel with 2025 technologies.
Yeah.
I completely agree with it. A lot of the elements of this movie are very old school. Yeah, everything about it. Like this old retired racer with a tormented past, like joins the racing world again after like Persuasion, and then he has this conflict with this not rookie, but this like young, the up and coming young blood, and eventually they have the breakout, and eventually in the end they finally work as a team, and they have their glory. Yeah, we've seen this a million times. Yet it was still packaged very well, in my opinion.
Oh, that's a good expression, man. Packaged well. Because I also love the jokes. All the jokes landed. And you know what? I got to praise Brad Pitt because I think it worked because it was Brad Pitt. He was just cool. He was so cool in the role. And all the side characters did their job well. Yeah, I like it's such 90s in the sense that I love the humor of it, too. Like in the middle, where they can get cheeky a little. Oh, Zezzy, hello, my distinguished gentlemen.
What's up?
Zezzy in the building. Our number one. Big shout out to Walker and Void again for joining our chat before. Oh, F1. Oh, yeah. And, Won-Jin, let's get to the meat of it. The race scenes were amazing.
Yeah.
I was like,
I gotta say.
Man, this is really theater worthy. And you know what I liked about it? Like, it's not, is it CG?
Even if it were CG, I don't think it was really distinguishable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it did feel like I was in the middle of the race. And I think this is possible because camera technology and, like you said, CGI, all these technologies have matured so much from, like, the old racing movies. For example, remember that old racing movie that's kind of like this with Sylvester Stallone called Driven? Do you remember that movie?
I actually don't.
Yeah, those racing scenes seem so fake, and they were just not as exciting. But I think it's two things. One, like the elements have matured. I mean, the technology has matured. And second, it's Bruckheimer.
Hey, you know what?
Because it's Bruckheimer, man.
And Won-Jin, you know, the title should have been F1, not the movie, but F1. Real Fast, Real Furious. I felt like after watching this, I was like, oh, now I know why I hate the Fast and Furious franchise, because this felt like real racing. Like I almost feel like Brad Pitt would spit at them. Like, what is this like streetcar stuff? Like, this is real. Welcome to the schoolyard, son. And like this felt like real racing.
Yeah.
Right, Void. Like the top. This is the same director that did Maverick. Lol, if you write F1, you get a 50 XP badge.
which was also one of the most movies to have movied.
Oh, yeah. Yo, like this is a serious movie. Yeah. Hey,
if you think about it, even that trope is similar. Like Top Gun, Maverick, he's supposed to retire, but he's still flying that jet.
Yep.
And then he's got to school that rookie.
Yo.
You got to break his ego a bit.
Yeah. And you know, this was so movie that my cynical brain turned off and Brad Pitt returned after conflict and everyone's looking at him like with shiny eyes, like the hero is back. I was like, damn, hell yeah. I was like, hell yeah. And I even like the conflict between the rookie and the old timer. They have misunderstanding, but they find their similarities. Oh, and another thing is, of course, you know what was unintentionally funny? A huge F1 commercial says "F you" to the investor. I was like, huh. Like, I wonder how like real owners of these teams think about that, because I'm sure that happens a lot. Yeah, I like the way they flirt and talk and interact. Yeah, that was really cool. Oh, I gotta praise the Better Call Saul actor, the woman. She's from Better Call Saul.
Kerry Condon is her name, I think. And she was the daughter-in-law of Mike.
Yeah. Yo.
And remember, she was also in that old movie with Jet Li.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah.
The British one? Danny the dog. Danny the dog. She's that girl with the braces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like her chemistry with Brad Pitt was off the hook. I knew they were gonna.
You know, like the first time she sees Brad Pitt, you know how she like does the hair thing? I instantly knew. It's like, yes, it's possible. It's Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Javier Bardem, who plays Sugar, by the way, here plays like a browbeaten owner, was funny too. What did you said it before, like, why didn't we do golf or tennis? like I love his jokes. And when he goes to the hotel, where is he? Like she's not. He's
like, how dare you?
Yeah. And then, like, there were those jokey scenes that were just done so well. But the highlight is the race.
Yeah.
I told Won-Jin before we started, like in the theater, in the last racing scene when the rookie became number one. A woman got up and clapped.
Oh,
like,
man.
Cheered. Like it was that hyped up.
People are so invested in the race.
Oh, and I got another reason why this is 90s is because they did such an efficient job of not over-explaining, but letting us know what's going on.
You just kind of figure out what's going on. Yeah.
Because, guys, I have no idea how FN works. And Won-Jin gave me a briefing before we started, but like I could follow the movie.
Yeah, so this is why the critics kind of split, because people who know about F1 and F1 rules, they criticize this movie for breaking all those like rules and regulations and stuff, because some of those things don't make sense according to their rules.
Really?
But people who have no idea about F1, they like it because they kind of get the idea how the game works.
So I have a question, Won-Jin. It says, like what Brad Pitt did, like trying to mess up the game, does that actually work?
It does work, but I think if it's so obvious, he will get penalties. But the bigger problem is, you know how he like shows up at the end to race? That doesn't happen. You have to qualify to race.
No, but
he didn't go through the qualifying rounds.
You forget, he's an outlaw. He's a rebel. He's the Bruckheimer Special. Like, the outside there. Yeah.
So this was, I think, filmed in cooperation with FIA, the organizer of F1. So like you presumed before watching the movie, yes, this is a commercial for F1. It's trying to like boost the interest in F1, I think. It did a very good job if that was their intention.
Yeah.
And I think it had all these like elements I liked about racing films in recent days. Like for example, Ford versus Ferrari. There's this moment where Brad Pitt kind of gets in the zone. You also see that in Ford versus Ferrari.
I'm flying, right?
Yeah.
That part.
And also Ron Howard's 2013 film or 14 film called Rush, the one about Niki Lauda and James Hunt. All these elements we saw from those movies, this is very well mixed together.
Now that you mentioned those big films, my favorite race film is the one with Will Ferrell.
Oh, the Talladega Nights.
Yeah, Talladega. Hey, guys, Talladega Nights is still better than this movie for me.
Ricky Bobby, baby.
Hell yeah. That movie was better than this one. I really like the idea of showing the behind the scenes and not only... Yeah. Aerodynamics. Yeah, Zezzy, I agree, because I think those scenes just made it cooler.
And that subtly explained what F1 is really about, because it's not just about the driver. It has a lot to do with the technology, especially like the designers of the cars and the engineers.
I had a question. Like, when the car comes back to the pit, the team that changed the components, they're important, right?
The pit crew, they're super important, because if they're basically risking their life to shave off like 1/100th of a second every lap. But if they mess up there, they're gonna lose like seconds. That's gonna take a lot of effort to recover.
So in real race, there are like 8 people jumping on a car like that? Okay.
And it just gets faster and faster as the year goes. Because when I was a kid, I think the pit stop took like 5-6 seconds.
Okay.
Now they do it in like 2 seconds or something. It's like, and then.
So I have a question. Is that the most efficient way? Like people doing it faster? Like, because it did occur to me that maybe there could have been like a
Machine? Nah, that's not fun. Then why don't we have like AI drivers too?
Another concern. That's true. And another concern I had was, isn't it a date? Because can't the car lose control there?
We do think that occasionally happens.
Okay,
when
that's
when
scary.
they hit the guy, one of the guys, it does happen.
Okay,
But
that's
most
scary.
of the time it doesn't.
Okay. So
There have been incidents where that happened.
okay, there are like interesting scenes like that. Okay. Oh, to race then just fast cars with loads of logos on them and giant bottles of champagne, they're vital. One mistake can be okay, Zezzy, so you know about F1 too. Yeah, but like this was so movie that even like the seemingly stupid dialogues were awesome. When Brad Pitt tries to cheer one of them up, get the better. Like the woman engineer. Like I like those scenes a lot.
The pit stop crew.
Yeah. And I like how the team gets together. Yeah, Brad Pitt is right. Hell yeah.
And they run together. They do the morning runs.
Yeah. Like I almost expected them to feel the Rambo music.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun.
Oh no, that's the Rocky music.
Oh, Rocky.
Yeah,
right,
Rocky
dun-dun-dun.
music.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
So that's the old school versus new school trope thing. You know, they have all the simulators and the state of the art technology, but he still has the tennis balls and he's running the track.
You know what's missing, Won-Jin? There's only one thing missing from the old school part. Brad Pitt should have punched that investor guy in the face. Then it would have been a real old school one. Like punch him, and knock him dead. That would have been true old school. Another reason why this is not old school: no one is smoking cigarettes. I was like,
right.
where's all the cigarettes? Like there are like certain things that are missing like that, but it was cool. As hell. Oh, they're paid super well, huh? Wait, I have a question. Like, are they like highly educated people?
Probably, and those guys are like professionals.
So they're like apprentice to. I guess they're trying to build up to become the engineers.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You should completely disregard F1 fansplaining. The entire sport is exceedingly overregulated. Rules accumulate quite fast. There have been rule introductions and changes mid-race.
Oh, can you share some of that, Void? Because now that I watched the movie, I want to pretend I know what I'm talking about when it comes to F1. You really love how
I think there's a reason why it's losing like the viewers and fans.
Why?
Because compared to the F1 I grew up watching, like the late 90s, mid 2000s stuff, like Void said, there are like new technologies, there are new regulations, and all these things, they make the sport less interesting and less exciting.
Yo, Won-Jin, I had a stupid idea after watching this movie. A stupid idea. Why don't they race planes? Like planes. Like why don't they race planes?
Man.
Wouldn't that
because I think it's difficult to draw like a track mid-air.
No, but here's the solution. This is the airport where you take off, and this is the airport where you land. First one to go. I guess it's super dangerous, right? No, because I think one of the reasons we watch sport is for kind of danger, right? But you should completely disregard F1 fansplaining. The entire sport is exceedingly overregulated. Okay. Butthurtery? So what do you mean? Are you saying there's like a whole like set of laws that makes it hard to follow? Is that what you're saying, Void? Zezzy, they're all professional engineers and something like mechanics. Okay. No, but as like a first time watcher, they made it all look so cool. Yeah. And what are those head honcho guys? The 4 people sitting on a mic and telling Brad Pitt what to do.
They share strategy.
Oh, are they like the coach and the director?
Yeah, they're kind of like the coach. And there's this anime that I grew up watching as a kid in South Korea. It's called Cyber Formula, GPX. you see that, and you have this like science fiction race cars in the near future, but all those rules, all those people, all the crew and staff, they're the same. So that's also like a way to get introduced to these like Grand Prix races. So they share real-time strategy with the radio.
Oh wow, man, you must be really smart and agile to be a racer.
Yeah. So it's a team sport.
Like they said here, right?
It's a team sport. And because it's not just you always have like another racer in your team. So you got to work in coordination. And you know how like Brad Pitt disregards the command to let the rookie, the upcoming new one go ahead of him, but he refuses and they both retire. Yeah, stuff like that shouldn't happen.
Oh, but does it happen?
I don't know. I don't think any team would want to share like dissension amongst their own crew.
No, because that felt American. Like, you newcomer boy, punk. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Like,
you want to get ahead of me? You better get ahead of me.
Yeah. That was such a movie line. Like movie. Yeah, kind of like Rocky's coach telling Rocky what to do.
I bet they have special physical training to keep in shape and be super fast when they change tires. Yeah. It's not just like the tires; it's the whole wheel, and it's really heavy.
And Won-Jin told me that there were real like racers.
Like actual F1 Formula One racers were in the movie as cameo.
Yeah, the only one I recognized was Lewis Hamilton because he's so famous, and I like that too. So the drivers all know each other, I bet, huh?
Of course.
So I have a question. How many laps do they do?
It's like 70 something.
70 laps? Okay. I guess that's a budget thing, right? Because they can't make it any bigger?
Also that, but if they want to make the cars do more laps, then it'll cost more. Because then they have to make the engines and everything more reliable. Okay. Yeah.
But overall, I mean, favorite scene. Let's go. Favorite scene, favorite character.
My favorite character here would be
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Brad Pitt and Javier Bardem. And I think my favorite scene would be, I think, all the races. Yeah, all the races were cool.
Wait, there are like three main ones, right? The last one is the most important, and the middle one where there's the accident with the rookie accident. Man. Like, they filmed this all. It was super scary. Yeah. I thought he would die.
He would have died if he were like an F1 racer from the 80s and 90s. Yeah, that guy's dead.
40 years
ago.
But
because technology has advanced so much and they're making these cars much safer, they have these fireproof suits. He just had a burnt hand.
Oh, yeah. So lucky, man. That was scary. I'm pretty sure plane racing called air racing. I don't reckon they all wear helmets. Yeah, my favorite scene was the poker scene at the restaurant. That was like, good.
Yeah, you just lost to a blah 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 blah, and I knew that he had a better pair, or like a better hand.
Yeah, that was also a very movie thing.
It's like finally showing maturity.
Yeah, and the second scene was the first accident scene. It was surprising. I didn't expect. Yeah. Yo, let's see. The setup was done really well. Like that, I didn't expect that too. I was totally shocked. Yeah, I was so driven inside.
And every time these accidents happened, I was flinching in the movie theater, not just because of like the possible danger to human life, but also because of the money being lost right there. Because I know how expensive those machines are and all those parts. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, they're just burning money right there.
Yeah, the actors did a fantastic job of conveying like we're almost there, boom. Like, I think the dialogue was very strong like that. Oh, my favorite character was the engineer lady. Yeah.
Kate. I think that was the character's name.
Sexy
Kate.
And smart. Yep.
Is it just me, or does she kind of remind you of, like, Rebecca Ferguson? She kind of looks like a cousin or sister of Rebecca Ferguson.
She actually reminds me of the Office actor.
The receptionist?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they both have that kind woman, girl next door look.
Oh, Void, I'm serious. It's called air racing, and it's an actual sport.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought you were joking. Okay, we'll look it up. My favorite scene was the last race, of course. It was... they did such a good job of like conveying the race that I wasn't sure they were gonna win.
Oh, and I also really like the scene where they had to return to their old design because of the regulation problem. And Brad Pitt kind of loses his shit. I like how that scene wasn't explained too much, because we have to kind of guess what's going through Brad Pitt's mind, because he was driving angry that moment. And we have to kind of figure out why he was being angry about it. And then it eventually leads to that accident. Why do you think he was angry?
No, I thought it was conveyed really well, because it's been building up on him. He's this is his redemption. And I think he feels responsible for a lot of things. And the kid getting into an accident, was it before? It was after, right? Like, I thought it was done well. Like, cause I gotta praise Brad Pitt's acting, cause see, this is why it's a movie. Just like Rocky, you know how like the toughest guy have this internal like masculine like fight. I thought it was just that like it was just reaching a tipping point. And I like that he was mad, but that's why his return works, because I'm back, baby. Like, I reached Buddhahood and I'm back and I'm flying, and I like it was that what do you call it? The small like fall before the real climax. No, because I'm sorry, because I've been talking over for an hour. I knew this reason, but I thought it was done well. It was just because he's struggling with his back. He feels responsible for the team. Because
I thought it was done really well, because he gets really angry after he realizes he doesn't have that card in his pocket in his pants. And the movie, up until that point, doesn't even explain why he has the card in there. And we can see that that's like the tipping point where he kind of loses his shit. It's the car, it's the card. It's just like it's his redeeming moment, but he's frustrated. This is his only shot at proving that he's not like a has-been or could have been. So I thought that part was done really well.
It's that scene where, you know, Marlon Brando loses his shit. You know, like the what's a Rebel Without a Cause.
Oh, you mean James Dean?
Yeah, James Dean. Or Marlon Brando. I'm talking about all that like archetype, like this male who's frustrated, like we don't understand him. He's an outsider. He's a Ronin, whatever. But there's always the scene where, you know, we show him vulnerable, but he's going through this very masculine thing, but he comes out of it. Yeah, so I felt like it was building up to that, because remember in like press conferences he gets frustrated. So he has this tough exterior, but he's dealing with this injury, this pressure, and I think the biggest thing was his guilt, because I feel like Brad Pitt, like the character, I mean, is a kind person at heart. See, that's why it's a movie. They always do this tough guy who's actually a sweetheart inside. Yeah. I don't know. That was a bit cheesy. That I'm back, baby. Look at me floating above all these idiots. No, I mean, it was corny, but it was also cool. Yeah. You know, Zetzi, more corny than that was I knew he was going to leave. Baby, I banged you and I won the race, but I'm a Ronin. I'm I can't be stuck
just
in one
like,
place.
I'm Jack Reacher of the racing world.
Yeah. I can't be here. And then he goes through this Mexican, like he's about to conquer
the Baja Desert race.
Like this kid looks at him like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here to do." I'm like, it's like the Rebel. So it's a nicer version of the Rebel actually, because he didn't punch anybody in the face. Yeah. So I thought it was that. I thought they conveyed it really well. Because hey, don't you think it's like every time he throws the card, it's his like pressure. It's his way of dealing with pressure. Because it's like a kick.
Yeah.
That's why he keeps doing it. To get the edge off.
To deal with the anxiety.
Yeah. So it's like that behavior.
And he always keeps one without looking at the card in his pant pocket. It's like a ritual for him.
So him not having...
It's like a good luck thing.
Him not having that is like the way to convey to the audience that like his off his game. So you could change your question to like it's not about why. It shows us it's mental state.
Everything going wrong.
Yeah, it's his mental state. So it's more of a show. Yeah. Oh, that's such an a-hole move. Nah. No, but remember he already divorced 2 times or something, or 1 time was it? Like, girl, I like you, but I'm a stray dog, and
walks away wiggling his tail.
No, but Zetzi, he's a good old dog. He's like the old dog that can still do tricks. And yeah, no, one of the best character was the announcer too. Oh my god! Oh, like that hyped me up real. Like, do they really do that in F1?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Depending on what happens.
Yeah, this is why we have to watch like sports game with announcers, because he was the best hype man. Yeah. Oh, even the rookie looking at him saying, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah," and then walking away like it was just like that. It was overall so much movie stuff.
Yeah. So unexpectedly, it was very entertaining. It was very well done. Bruckheimer always delivers. He knows how to do blockbusters.
Yeah.
And this is very different from the Jurassic World we just reviewed. It has all the stereotypical tropes, yet it works.
But I think that she didn't want. No, Zezzy, I think you're reading in too deep, because I think she's also an independent woman. So it was kind of cool. It had to stay cool. Oh, Won-Jin, you know why this is also a 90s classic movie?
Why?
No one fucking cried.
Oh.
Like, there was no tears. That's why Brad Pitt was crying inside when he was washing himself with the back pain, looking like Wolverine. Looking like Wolverine. A man don't cry. They cry inside. Yeah. Her starting to work for F1 was a way to prove... Yeah. No, that was a good storyline. See, that was efficient writing right there. Just setting in the motivation really efficiently. Because we know Javier Bardem wants to, not protect the company. Brad Pitt wants to prove himself again. The kid wants to become number 1. She wants to prove that. So the motivations are done really well. Efficiently. So anyway, shall we give a number grade now?
I would give this an 8 out of 10.
A solid 8?
A solid 8.
I thought you would give it higher, actually.
I think it was...
Were there any negatives then? Let me change
the negative would be... It's too short.
What?
Yeah, because, it jumps between races.
Yeah.
And I understand why they have to do it, because an actual F1 season is really long.
Okay.
So I do understand that. But it could have given us a little more time to develop the characters.
Interesting.
So each character gets their arc, but some of them are not finished. They don't see the end of the arc. It's just Brad Pitt and maybe the kid.
And Javier
they
Bardem.
both just mature. Javier Bardem, I don't think he exactly has an arc here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these 2 characters, but for example, Kate, she's trying to prove blah 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 blah, and she finally designs this upgrade package that works, and maybe she can prove that she's become better. But then the question is, if she could have done this, why didn't she do this earlier?
Put the camera on me. And even Zezzy gives it an 8. They got a denser, deeper guys. This is a movie. What you guys are talking about? A series. I disagree. If it went deeper and denser, this wouldn't be a movie. It would be a different movie. But this is about movie. Yeah. It has to be perfectly done. Yeah. It's like you don't think about all that in Rocky. It's got a hint to that. So.
What would you give?
I'll give it a 9, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very generous.
Yeah, because I disagree with you here. If it went deeper, I think it would have been a problem. Because remember, you come from knowing the sport. I don't know what's going on. And if they over-explain it, I feel like it could have been bogged down. But the pacing was perfect because I felt like we were going somewhere every scene. We were heading for a goal. That's one of the strong suits of this movie. We know what they want. They want to become number 1 and they're underdogs. So the premise is real simple. So I think complicating it would have maybe made it, less interesting for a newcomer.
And since this is dealing with an old racer with a tormented past, I think it could have been a little more awesome had Brad Pitt shown some old school tricks in the racing.
Oh, is there such a thing though?
Because that happens in Top Gear. Remember, he pilots the F-14 in the end, and he does this like crazy maneuvers. I'm not sure if it's even possible, but so that kind of thing could have worked in this movie as well.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe. Because I didn't think about that.
It's like some trick or skills that modern racers don't use or something. Yeah.
No, but isn't that the whole cheating thing? Like, I like when Brad Pitt like knows the game to mess it up a little.
Yeah, that kind of looks
corny.
Yeah, not corny, but also you're bordering on breaking the rules, so it's not exactly cool.
Yeah. But every sport, like, there's always, remember in like because Won-Jin mentioned Michael Jordan with what's his name, Schumacher.
Oh, Michael Schumacher.
So when you said that reminded me of what about all the elbows that's been thrown in like that time of basketball. So I thought what Brad Pitt was doing was like the elbowing. Oh look for me this was a demo, not a movie. Okay, so Desi agrees with Won-Jin. Okay, maybe, but anyway, so Jojin movie so awesome gives this movie, which was this very movie, a 8.5.
Yeah.
Like I personally highly recommend you guys watch this on theater if you can. Yeah.
Now I'm curious about the Rotten Tomato rating.
Score
here.
of F1.
F1 the movie. What did it get? Oh, 83%. Yo, we're very close to the critics, man.
Wow. Look at the audience score.
Yes,
97%.
Yeah, people loved it.
Because okay, so it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. That went fast. That went by really fast. For me. Racing movies never. Wait, I'm sorry, Void. I can't read your comment. Could you read it?
Such a high special acuity is needed to be racer.
I bet like Jet Fighter needs to have that too, right?
I think they kind of hint through like the training regime that they go through. You know, they have to withstand the lateral G force, so they have to train their neck and stuff. Because if you don't, if your body's not fit enough, you could pass out from the lateral G. I mean, jet fighters would laugh at this. I mean, not jet fighter jet pilots. Oh my god, I need sugar. Fighter jet pilots would laugh at F1 racers because it's like 3 Gs, 2 Gs, yo. We got to withstand like 7 Gs.
Yeah. We're good. They loved it because they didn't know much about a racing movie. Yeah, as a novice, this was exciting. It makes me want to watch F1 like races. But anyway, guys, Jojin movie's awesome. Gives this a solid 8.5. Go watch it in theaters. We highly recommend it. We're going to take a short break and come back to do Let's Talk for a short while, I think, because we talked for a long time. This has been Jojin movie so awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
We'll see you guys in a bit. Boop, boop. Joe the Colossus. Yo, this movie was so movie. I didn't even have any stupid thoughts of them having machine guns and stuff.